All right, Rebel Nation, we're back again for another episode of the Grove Collective podcast. This segment it's a very special segment, actually, is brought to you by Funky's on the Square, our good friend Lee Harris and Funky's, great supporters of the Grove Collective, best pizza in town, great bar scene, great service, and again, very loyal supporters of what we do here at the Grove Collective. So I want to thank Lee Harris and everybody at Funky's for their support and for sponsoring today's episode. So without further ado, QB1, Mr. Austin Simmons. Have you ever been to Funky's?
I have.
Okay.
I've been to Funky's probably 2 or 3 times, just during the day, just getting out the house, just want to explore the town.
Have you had the pizza?
I have.
Is it good?
It's solid.
There you go. Good. What's your go-to for pizza?
Like topping?
Yeah. Like if you're going to order pizza, are you a cheese, pepperoni?
I'm a cheese guy.
Cheese guy?
I'm very simple.
Simple guy. Okay.
Yes, sir.
That's good. Yeah, it's tough to mess up a cheese pizza. So.
It is.
All right, Austin Simmons, going into year 3, multi-sport athlete from the great state of Florida, Pahokee High School. I don't know if not many people realize the legend around Pahokee High School with the chicken chasing and the sugar cane and all that.
Well, not the chicken, rabbit chasing.
The rabbit chasing.
Yes,
right,
sir.
in the sugar cane fields, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Did you ever do that?
I did it one time.
You did it one time.
I caught one rabbit.
You caught one rabbit.
It was pretty hard. So the thing about it is you have to be really fast and really agile to catch those things because they're hopping back and forth. They're making weird cuts. So I had a stick. I just had to catch one and be one. And they really sell them for meat over there. So they cook them and eat them over there. So it's pretty fun, but it's pretty muddy out there though. So.
Yeah, it is. I saw a special they did. I was thinking chicken. I was thinking Rocky in Rocky 2 chasing the chicken and how hard that was. And I got to think chasing a rabbit to a sugarcane field is even equally as hard too. Plus you got snakes and everything else out there too. So yeah, I like you. You did it one time and you're like, I'm done.
Yeah, I was done.
You were done.
Yes, sir.
Now, is this true too? I was looking, obviously know you well, but I was just looking at some interesting facts. You threw a back-to-back no-hitter in baseball when you were a freshman?
Yes, sir. So I was playing at this small school in Miami called Dr. Charter, and just somehow just do a no-hitter.
And then did it again the next day?
Yes, sir.
I don't think I've ever met anybody that's thrown back-to-back no-hitters. That's pretty impressive.
It was a good feeling, I would say that.
I bet it was. It was. Obviously, highly recruited player out of high school, 2-sport star, as we saw here at Ole Miss, last year. And, you're in now going into year 3 here, making the decision to be at Ole Miss and to be QB1 now. How does that sound? How does that feel on this journey since the first day you stepped foot on this campus?
It feels good, the amount of growth as a person and as an athlete ever since I stepped foot here. Everyone probably knows the story by now that I came here pretty young and this whole weird, crazy thing that happened. And just feels good, the amount of time, the amount of effort I put in, the amount of work, just for it to get my shot now, just feels good to go out here and try to compete.
Reclassifying, I think people, it's been widely reported about your journey. You reclassed from 2025, not to 2024, but to 2023. So to do that, I think there's got to be 2 things there. Number one, you've got to be a great student academically, and you've got to be very mature for your age, emotionally, mentally, all those things. Was this something, and I know your dad well, David, and the role he's played in your life and all that. Was that always kind of the plan, or was it you got to the point you were like, hey, we could make this a reality because of the progress you made on in the classroom, and did it just kind of come out of nowhere, or was that always kind of the thought process?
I mean, the whole idea of me reclassifying, it was really supposed to be 1 year. The thought of me going up 2 years really just came naturally, when the opportunity came. Ever since the thought of me reclassifying 2 years, I always stuck with it and said, you know what, I think I'm ready for it. I think I could do it. So just put all my effort into doing that and end up here.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Well, I remember when Coach Kiffin called me about you, and I was like, he's doing what? He's going for 23, and I was like, wow, this has got to be a remarkable young man, which you are, and we're thrilled to death to have you just because of, not many people travel that road. That's a great story, and not many people travel that. So, you're here. you come to Ole Miss, oddly enough, we're sitting in the Manning room, and you look around here and you see, not only Ole Miss royalty, but college football royalty with the, first family of football and the quarterback, success that they've had. How much has the fact that you're going to be QB1 at a place like this that can put a room together like this with former players?
It's a great feeling. I feel blessed. I can thank no one but the Lord, really. Being put in this position to really be at this school, the amount of history and culture that was built, there's not a better place to be at in the world than Ole Miss, in my opinion. Great environment, great culture. Look at the team. We can go out there, recruit 50 guys and bring them in one off season and have such a great brotherhood and great culture. It's just going to be an amazing feeling, to step up into that role going into next season, and I just can't wait to see what I'm going to do with it.
Yeah. I mean, you were able for 2 years to watch one of the best to do it in Jackson Dart, being the QB1. And I don't think some people may not know the responsibility that comes with being the starting quarterback at an SEC school. Obviously, the physical side of it, the game day and that, but just in the locker room, in the building, in the community, in the university infrastructure, just, all the things. And you were, I would think, being able to watch Jackson, do that for the last 2 years was a great, a tutorial for you to say, okay, that's what it needs to look like. And obviously you're a different player and you're a different person, but I would think there's probably some things you've taken from watching Jackson do that now that you're going to be stepping into those shoes.
Yes, sir. Really taking notes of seeing what he's done, throughout these 2 past years. It's really amazing to see how much he's grown as a player and as a person. Taking note after that, seeing how he is as a leader, how he is as a vocal leader, how he presents himself in the locker room, outside of the locker room. And it's really great to have someone like that to look up to, and to really after he's gone to step into that role and continue what he's built, and to really pave a way for another person to step into that role in the future. I just want to keep things going, provide a winning culture for this program, hopefully, God willing, make something happen here.
Absolutely. Well, and also too, you're, like you said, we had a big transfer class, top 5 transfer class, and new faces coming in, and you're trying to mold all those guys in. I'm going to tell you right now, I took one look. I watched the receivers work out the other day. Dude, you're going to have some dudes to throw the ball to.
Yes, sir.
I mean, it's tight end, receivers. I mean, we are chock full of some big-time playmakers. I mean, that's got to excite you as the guy back there with the trigger man.
Yes, sir. Always having a guy to rely on. You can throw the ball for a 50-50 chance for him to come down. You always have faith in him. I just have confidence in everyone in this receiver room and tight end room.
Yeah. I mean, your first pass at Ole Miss was a touchdown.
Yes, sir.
Again, another first. I mean, there's not many people that could say that. So, last year, let's talk, everybody wants to talk about your growth and everything. And what stands out, I know you've talked about it before, was that drive against Georgia. You come in, Jackson gets hurt. I think it was the first play of the game. He rolled his ankle. He stayed out there. They had the interception, and then we come back on the field. You bring the offense out. We're down 7-0. Huge game, good moment. I mean, big moment. Tell us a little bit about, just your thought process of, okay, here we go. Because, you had played a fair amount, but the game really wasn't in question when you had gone in, and we didn't know if Jackson was going to come back or not. Just talk a little bit about the mindset and then what you remember about that drive at Georgia, which I think could have been one of the most pivotal drives in Ole Miss history.
Getting told on the sideline after that one drive, I was watching film on the sideline. Coach Joe talked to me saying I'm in the game. Not much was really said for me. All I said was bet, and it started warming up a little bit. And, of course, some people was going to surround me, tell me just to play your game, have confidence in yourself. But I knew deep down that I was fine and I was prepared for this moment. And not much was really said for me. Kiffin talked to me, said we're going to run the game plan, and I was fine with that. That really boosted me up a little bit, knowing that my coach has faith in me and that I can be put in a situation like this and just play my game and just go through the game plan. So step foot on the field and just do whatever I could.
So Lane literally came up to you and said, "Hey, we're not altering. We're we're going to call it just as if Jackson was out there.
Yes, sir.
Really. And that had to have been a great boost for you, the confidence that coach and them knew that whether it was you or Jackson, they're going to still call the same plays.
Yes, sir. It felt good to have Coach Kiffin walk up to me like that and just tell me that he believes in me, that I could be put in the situation, just go play ball.
Yeah, and I think you went 5 for 6 on that drive or something like that.
I think so.
Yeah, something like that. Let us write down and scored. Well, and literally it was as simple as Joe Judge walking up to you going, "You're in the game."
Yes, sir.
And it was like, here we go.
Yeah, all I said was bet to him. Like, he and I still laugh about that till this day.
Bet. Well, I bet that made him feel good too. You were like, what? You know, like where's my helmet? You know?
Yeah, I don't really get like that crazy about when someone walks to me like that. You know, I just do my thing, just go warm up.
And hopefully the players were all coming like, oh, you can do this, you can do, yeah, because you don't want too much of that, right?
Yeah.
You like, them, giving you a high five or patting you on the helmet, but you don't need them like, hey, are you okay? Can you do this? It sounds like the players were. I mean, it looked like from on the field that we didn't miss a beat. The other 10 guys in the huddle didn't blink when you were in the huddle.
Yes, sir. Stepping foot on the field for the first time in a big moment like that, I always had to wake myself up a little bit. If you look back at the game, like I kind of slapped my helmet a little bit, I think 3 times to wake myself up, And after the first play, we called it naked, and first completion, I was fine. I was rolling from there.
That's right. You hit Caden on a couple routes in there. That's right. Yeah, and then I think Bentley scored when we got down there at the end. Yeah, it was great. When you talk a little bit about just what type of leader you are, like it obviously sounds like your faith and your spiritual walk is very important to you, and then just what Lane and the type of program that Lane and those guys have built, the coaching staff have built around you. Going from a guy like Jackson Dart who started here for 3 years, never missed a game, obviously different personality than you. Is it more kind of organically, like just letting your personality come out on your own, or are you having to be more vocal than you've ever thought you had to be, or is it really just you just kind of being around the guys and just letting them get a sense for the type of person you are, and not making a deliberate effort to try to show them what kind of leader you are?
I mean, my whole mindset walking up, especially communicating with the team is really just be myself. Let them gather around me, let them feel me out, like the type of person I am, and then really they'll get a feel like who I am, and I believe in every single one of them. I want them to believe that I always have their back, and I just want them to have my back as well. And really I'm not the biggest vocal leader, but there'll be moments of course, where I'll stand up, really just talk to them and really just get in their heads a little bit, tell them no, let them know that I'm in this with y'all and I believe in every single one of y'all. That's always been my thing ever since high school. Of course, this is a bigger stage. This is SEC. It just means more.
That's right. There you go.
It's always been the motto, and from that I just have to instill that in my head. Okay, there's a lot more guys on this team. It's not Pahokee, Florida. There's a lot more on the line every single day.
Yeah, that's right.
Especially in preparation.
Real fast, the decision to not play baseball this year, how did that go down? Was that something just kind of a collaborative conversation with you and the coaches? Was that your decision? Hey, I'm not going to do that. Just what was the thought process? Because you had a great year last year pitching for the Rebels in baseball. What was the kind of the decision process around the baseball?
So at the end of the day, I still have to do what's best for me. I always have to worry about myself physically and mentally. Knowing it, whether or not if I could do it. Because it was a pretty stressful spring semester. I'll say that. From the Grove Bowl, I ran because I didn't have a car at this time. I ran from the Manning Center all the way to Swayze and dressed out and got prepared for the game. And let's just say that was a very stressful day.
That's right. Yeah.
And I felt as though I could do it again, but of course, physically, what happened last year against Alabama, I had to do what's best for me and put myself in the right position. And of course, I love football and I love baseball as well, but at the end of the day, I have to do what's best for me.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I think the football fans I know the baseball fans may be a little bit sad because you could throw it, man. That big lefty coming in there, that was fun to watch last year. But I know the football fans are obviously happy, and yeah, I think it made sense. If you're going to be QB1, it's tough to do those things and go back and forth. And I know that the coaches wanted you focused on this, and so probably a very wise decision. Do you are you? Let's talk a little bit just off the field a little bit. Do you know why the speed limit is 18 miles an hour on campus?
I am not sure. I've always wondered that. Like I've seen signs around campus. I'm like, what does this necessarily mean? Like this means like a jersey number, right? I believe so.
Look right there. Speed limit 18.
Yes, sir.
Who won number 18 here?
Archie Manning.
There you go.
Yes,
see, there you go.
I still have to understand some history about this school.
Now you know why it's 18 miles an hour. Now, if
Yes,
you
sir.
play really good the next 3 years, do you think they change the speed limit to 13? That may be too low.
That is a little too low.
13 may be a little too low.
And also it's an odd number.
An odd number.
It's kind of weird.
Yeah.
Maybe
So it was 18 for a speed limit too.
Yeah, like that's weird. But like 13, like imagine if it was 2.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Or imagine if like you were a defensive lineman and you were 96. Yeah. Think about that.
That's dangerous.
Probably wouldn't do that either. That'd make it too dangerous, wouldn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, it would.
No, I don't think the speed limit's going to get changed anytime soon. But maybe they'll put your name. Maybe, hey, you know what? Maybe you get your name hanging next to Eli
Hey, maybe.
up there. You know,
Yes,
and get
sir.
your name retired. Get your number retired up there. So.
Maybe. We'll see.
Okay. All right. Getting ready to start spring ball. Things are busy for you guys. I know you're working out. I know you got to hustle back over there. But before we let you go, Austin, we've got the crucial, most important 5 questions of the day that we ask that have nothing to do with anything. But I think you give us a little bit of a peek into kind of person you are and some of your off-the-field hobbies other than playing baseball and football. And by the way, do you play golf?
No, coach. I don't play golf. I want to get into it, though.
You want to get into it? Okay.
I want to get into golf and fishing. That's one of the 2 things.
I was going to ask you if you fish. So hobby-wise, are you like a gamer? Do you play games or?
I was a big gamer. I used to stream a little bit back in high school. Then I just stopped when I got here. You know, things got like a little stressful when I got to college, adjusting to a new lifestyle. But I'm looking to get back into it.
Yeah. And you're probably going to graduate early.
Yes, sir.
If the history is any indicator, you probably won't be here. You probably won't be taking classes for 5 or 6 years around here.
Hopefully after the semester. We'll see.
Yeah. Really?
Yes, sir.
You sound like me. Not really. All right. So here we go. 5 questions. First one, favorite sports movie?
Favorite sports movie? I'm definitely going with The Sandlot.
Sandlot. Oh, wow.
Sandlot.
Okay. Baseball. Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, baseball has always been my first love. That was the first sport I ever played. It was actually a weird story, too, of how I started playing baseball. So my dad was coaching at this Christian school called Westminster Christian down in Miami. And
A-Rod School.
yes, sir.
That's right. A-Rod School.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
And my oldest brother was in town, David Jr. He was running track down there. And somehow I ended up getting to this baseball camp. You know, I wasn't really totally sure what was going on at the time. You know, I was still pretty young, and I just picked up a baseball and threw it at a coach, and he just put me in there. And somehow I found my way to wearing a glove, and I was so confused. And
So you
then-
literally just picked a baseball and threw it to a coach, and he was like, oh, yeah, get out of here.
Yeah, they saw me throwing a baseball a little bit and said, "You want to be a part of the summer camp?" And my dad just put me in there. Ever since then, it just took off from there.
Took off from there. That was a wise decision.
Yes, sir.
That was a wise decision. Okay, The Sandlot. That's a good one. I hadn't gotten that one before. All right, dinner with 3 people, dead or alive.
Definitely one. Definitely my dad.
Okay.
No, I always have some funny moments around him. You know, he never like not make you laugh.
Yeah. He's a character.
Oh yeah, he's funny. That's one thing about that man. I mean, that's funny for sure. And second, I'm gonna have to definitely go with my grandmother.
Good one.
Yes, sir.
Really good.
I don't really see her often, and she's always has some wise things to say to me. Always some great advice. Always asking me how I am, and she's very spiritual as well. She's a very church going woman, and really like I can't thank her enough for really helping me like understand the Lord, like really like getting connected with Him. You know.
That's awesome.
And third, Michael Vick.
Michael Vick,
Vick.
the left-hander.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
He actually used to train with my quarterback coach right now, Oliver Bozeman, down in
Okay.
Fort Lauderdale. And I see him from time to time whenever he goes over there because his daughter trains with Oliver as well. So I see them from time to time. You know, we chop it up a little bit, and he's just a great person to be around.
He was electric.
Yes,
Guy
sir.
was so good. Yeah, he was really good. Dream job. If you're not playing pro baseball or pro football, what would be a dream job for you?
I have two. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's great. Yeah.
Definitely a high school football coach.
There you go.
And probably being a physical therapist, because that's the main thing I wanted to be, outside of football and baseball. It's one thing I wanted to be. And really, I got the whole idea from taking a tour around with my mom, because she works at a college. She used to work at this university down in Miami called Kaiser University. And really just walked around and just saw sports medicine and said, I kind of like that. So I just wanted to pursue that. And yeah. And
it's a key job,
very
important job.
High school football coach, really just because like seeing those high school kids, grow from being children of men, really seeing like how far they can go, tell them that they have potential, like, to reach their goals, reach their accomplishments, and like seeing them walk the stage, seeing them choose the college they want to attend, like for the next 3 to 4 years. Like that's just an amazing feeling.
That's awesome. Yeah. Making a difference in youth and the kids. That's great. What's the current playlist? What are we listening to? Yeah.
Playlist. Definitely a lot of Gunna and a lot of Young Boy and some G Herbo. Like those are like
that's mine too. That's what I'm listening to.
Oh really?
Yeah, that's what I'm listening to.
What's
Who'd you
your favorite
say?
Song?
Who'd you say? Gunna?
Gunna.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
We actually played a Gunna song my first year here, walking out the tunnel.
Yeah, I do know that song.
Yes, sir.
I do know that one. I do know that one. Yeah. I don't have the cred that you got on the playlist. I definitely don't have the cred. That's good. Those are 3 good ones.
Yes, sir. Those are the 3 artists I always listen to before each game.
Okay, good. All right, good. Favorite restaurant in town?
I can't go wrong with Grill House. That's the first place I went to on my visit. Actually, no, I take that back. It's the second place. First place I went to was Boo-Ray. Then the next day went to Grill House, and probably the best ribeye I've had in my life.
That's a good one. Yeah,
Yes,
that's
sir.
a good place. Last, just kind of a bonus question. Does pineapple belong on pizza?
See, some people get upset if I say no, but like it doesn't belong on pizza.
I agree. I don't think I love, like Keith said, like Grady said, I love pineapple and I love pizza. I just don't like them together.
They just don't belong together. It's like a combo.
Yeah,
Like
I
cheese and pineapple, like
I agree.
I'll put pineapple in my smoothies, but like not so much on pizza.
Not so much
really
on
big
pizza.
on it.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I hear you. No, I hear I'm the same way too. So, well, Austin, look, man, we're super proud of you. It's great to have you here. It's feels great to say QB1. We got a great history, obviously, of quarterbacks at this university, and I think you're going to continue to uphold that tradition just fine. And we're looking forward to watching you lead this team and develop. And real fast too, like the Grove Collective, with the world of NIL. Allows you guys to, buy your first car and do stuff like that and travel and stuff like that. So, yeah, I know you're appreciative for our fans and our members that allow us to make those things, realistic for you guys.
Yes, sir. I just want to thank every single fan out there, especially all the supporters in the Grove Collective. Y'all give us a chance to go out there, compete each and every day, and y'all give us the opportunity to go out there, just go compete for a national title. So can't really thank them enough, really.
Well, they appreciate it. We appreciate you, buddy. And hopefully this wasn't too painful. We'll get you back. We'll get you back for another episode of this. I mean, this podcast is going to just take off.
Well, yes, sir. I definitely want to come back here for another episode.
Yeah, we're probably going to need you to get it to take off. So. But anyway, hey, man, great having you, big man. And howdy toddy, buddy. We look forward to watching this spring.
Thank you for having me. Howdy toddy.